They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Progressive motorcycle insurer, so we understand motorcycles. No, really, we have a bike translator.
Okay, so this bike says she is struggling with her place in the motorcycle community. Well, she says she hasn't peaked yet, but she's having a little epiphany, okay? Oh, that maybe life itself is the peak. Interesting. In my experience, I found that... Oh, so I just translate. Not allowed to have opinions. Got it.
Quote with Progressive and see if you could save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliate.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Florida's Kids Helping Kids is proud to be hosting the Marion County Fair Winter Carnival. Our chili cook-off for kids is February 26th, as well as our beauty contest. The Marion County Fair will also feature Jimmy Riffle and Sarah from the Gator Boys. It'll have camel rides, pony rides, and a petting zoo. There'll be live entertainment sponsored by our talented local performers. You can save by purchasing your tickets to the fair during a pre-sale by going to dreamland-events-upcoming-events-carnival/#Marion. For more information or for vendor space and entertainment schedules, go to MarionCountyFairFL.com. It's the Marion County Fair Winter Carnival, sponsored by Kids Helping Kids. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917. Here's the latest from the College of Central Florida. On Tuesday, February 22nd at 8:35 a.m., Dr. Raphael Robinson will tell us about Preview Night. That's coming up at CF Ocala's campus. Tune in to find out about the programs, services, and clubs that will be on hand to answer all your questions about enrolling at CF. So make sure to join Ocala Talks at 8:35 on February 22nd.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Tuesday, the day after Valentine's Day, February 15th, 2022. It's supposed to be 71 degrees today in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. Galen Unall from Life South Georgia is brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling COVID-19, give them a call at 352-854-6262. Of course, we'd like to thank Penn Flooring. It is a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solutions for your flooring needs, and they have experience in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala. Give them a call at 352-351-3420. Of course, we'd like to thank JustShip.net. They have flipped the script on shipping. Before, you had to take your item, you had to box it up, you had to wrap it up, you had to go stand in line at the UPS store or the post office. Now you don't have to do that. You just reach out to JustShip.net for a small pickup fee plus postage. They'll come get your item. They'll box it up. They'll wrap it up. They'll go stand in line at the post office or the UPS store, saving you time and money. And as we know, time is money. So JustShip.net saves you money on top of money. Go visit them at JustShip.net. We've been talking movies with Galen. You know, Galen, the reason we were talking movies so much is Ivan Reitman passed away over the weekend, and Ivan Reitman helped. I'm not scared to say that he helped shape my my youth of 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, as he was the director of Animal House, Meatballs, Stripes, and Ghostbusters. I mean, that right there, from 1978 to 1984, you could make an argument Meatballs doesn't fit in that category, but the other three movies are just amazing movies.
Well, it had Bill Murray, so
right.
That's probably why. What's shocking is when you told me this before we went on the air, I had no idea who the guy was. Right? I mean, obviously I know all the movies, but I didn't know him. So, yeah, I get it. You know, I mean, Stripes is one of those iconic movies that I do get locked in on.
What have you been doing? Training, sir.
When you look at that cast, and by the way, I think that's the worst part of the movie. I think it's really 4 movies that he kind of chopped together into one. Before He Goes to Basic Training isn't very good. Basic Training is excellent. And then when they do that training section is another one, and then when they're in the
Winnebago in Russia.
Well, the greatest vehicle ever created.
Oh, no, it is not. It is not. I would like you to say it was, but the family truckster is much better.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But that was that's fair. That's fair. So, and again, it's an urban assault vehicle.
Yes.
How about that? It's the greatest urban assault vehicle ever created.
It is, and it comes with a stove.
It's 4 different movies. It's not, and it is, and that's always been the issue. It's like you have to completely turn your brain off to what happened before. So I'm not.
Just the ensemble cast.
I watch it in sections. The cast. When they're playing poker with John Candy,
yeah,
I mean, it's fantastic.
His nose is cold. His nose is cold and wet.
Oh yeah.
or what about a guy? Call me killer. You touch my stuff, I kill you. You mess with me, I kill you. Lighten up, Francis.
Lighten up, Francis. The big toe. I mean, there's some great lines. I mean, don't. But if you notice, all of the great lines. Everything that you remember, the iconic part of that movie is when they're in basic training.
Yes.
And the rest of it's not very good. You know, I mean, the 2 Russians at the border's kind of funny, but it's just not. The rest of the movie's kind of bad.
Were you an Animal House guy?
Oh, I think you have to. Yeah. I mean, there are scenes that are iconic. And the best, I've had this argument many times, who makes the movie is the school president.
Dean Wormer. Dean Wormer.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
0 point.
Mr. Blutarski. 0.
He makes the movie.
0.
He makes the movie. Because without him, John Belushi isn't funny. He's just an annoying little guy. And the parade is fantastic. I mean, there's, again, it's another one of those movies, and all of his movies now I'm thinking about are in these sections, right? Very clearly defined sections, which is nice because if you're watching it, you can just watch to a section, and then when they cut to a commercial or whatever, you just, all right, I'm out.
Kevin Bacon's first movie, Animal House.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Probably screaming in the middle of the street, you know. And again,
mind if we dance with your dates? Why no? Yeah. Go right ahead.
There's some great scenes, but it's always in sections.
Always. Ghostbusters was the same way. Ghostbusters was the same way. It was a sectional movie. Yeah, he did Ghostbusters. That's his biggest claim to fame is Ghostbusters. But he also did Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ivan Reitman did a lot of comedies.
That movie I haven't seen that movie in a long, long time. But, I mean, Ghostbusters is very much in sections.
Yes.
Very, very much in sections. No transitions whatsoever. So.
But, yeah, Animal House is, to me, Animal House. And the thing with Animal House was it was set in 1962, and it was supposed to be fraternity life in 1962. Let me tell you something. It was pretty accurate for fraternity life in 1988.
I
was in a fraternity in 88 and 89. I joined a fraternity in 88. Believe me, it was spot on accurate even in 88.
Again, it's a very, very funny movie. It's a very
and one of the worst scenes in the movie, that I don't think is that funny is try and guess what I am now, and then he knocks the mashed potatoes out of his mouth. Everybody remembers that scene, and it's a terrible scene.
Yeah, well, again, John Belushi, his comedy was so over the top. I think it was probably hard for him to fit it in. And by the way, Revenge of the Nerds is a better movie.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. Revenge of the Nerds.
Man down. I mean, that's fantastic.
But you know the guy that said in Animal House, you know, the guy says, "What do you think I'm doing? You mow Ron?" That guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He wrote. He's the writer of he wrote Animal House.
Sure. Yeah, I knew that. Again, it's yeah. I mean, he was a very successful director. About that.
So somebody asked me this question the other night. Now, I said it without any thinking about it real quick, and then they were like, "Well, I don't know," and they tried to make an argument. They asked me, "Who do you think's the greatest in our generation? You know, the Gen X and forward. Who do you think's the greatest actor of our generation?" And I didn't even hesitate. I said Tom Hanks. Wasn't even something I hesitated about. And they said I was wrong, just like you just said I was wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay, tell me.
It's Leo.
You think Leo DiCaprio is a better actor than Tom Hanks?
It's not even. Absolutely, and I'm going to give you a handful of reasons. One, he's never done a sequel. That's way up there in my book. He portrays characters, and every time he portrays a character, you believe it. Whereas with Tom Hanks, even when he was Forrest Gump, he still brought Tom Hanks with him. There's no way in the world Tom Hanks could have played the role of Django Unchained. There's just no way. It wouldn't have been believable.
Leo actually cut his hand in that scene, for real, in real life.
Right.
Cut his hand in that scene.
But Leo could have been Forrest Gump.
Well, he kind of was, wasn't he? He kind of was when he was What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah, exactly. And then again, when you saw the two on screen together, Leo stole every one of those scenes in Catch Me
If You Can. That was a good movie, too. That was a really good movie.
Leo, I mean, Titanic. He was incredible in Titanic. There's, again, when he was, the one with the glasses. What's his name? the eccentric. He's been the Aviator.
Yeah, he was Howard Hughes. He was
been
Howard
in
Hughes.
Howard Hughes. And I can't even remember arguably his best movie where he's the rich millionaire and he drinks a martini. And, oh gosh, that's gonna kill me. I'm terrible with names.
Well, I thought Howard Hughes was the rich guy.
No, there's another one.
You mean, was he in Great Gatsby? I never saw it, so I don't know.
Yes, he was in Great Gatsby,
Okay.
and of course, the Wolf of Wall Street. Come on.
Yeah, but Jonah Hill stole a lot of scenes in that movie.
No, nobody. When they start beating the chest, I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I can see the argument for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo is a far better actor. Leo is the greatest actor, maybe in the last 75 years. I don't know.
Leo's not Jimmy Stewart. Calm down.
Oh yes, he is. He's much better than Jimmy Stewart. Come on.
Calm down.
You know that.
Hey, so somebody else, another guy asked me to give me a modern day comparison of Liam Neeson, and I go, that's easy for me. Liam Neeson is our generation of Charles Bronson. He's got one type of movie he does. He does it over and over, and he's good at it, but people get tired of seeing it. How many didn't Charles Bronson make 37 Death Wish movies?
Well, he made too many. No.
Well, every movie Liam's in now. Every movie Liam's in now is like another variety of Taken.
No, Liam Neeson is Bruce Willis. Period.
Nah, Liam Neeson's not. He's not funny like Bruce.
I'm sorry.
Willis.
I mean, Bronson is Bruce Willis. Bronson is Bruce Willis.
My favorite Bronson movie, Kid Galahad.
Sure, absolutely.
He plays the corner man for Elvis.
He's Bruce Willis. I mean, they're the same guy.
I don't know if they're the same guy, but I understand what you're saying. But
the same guy. Liam Neeson is, who is he? You could say he's Sean Connery. Couple of iconics, but he's really been pigeonholed into who he is. Taken is probably his Bond.
I don't know.
I think.
Do you remember when Bill Paxton and Patrick Swayze in Next of Kin?
Sure.
Say, hey, well, you think you're bad or something? No, you ain't seen bad yet, but it's coming.
I mean, that's who I would say is. Sean Connery is Liam Neeson.
I don't know if I see that. But I guess I when I said Tom Hanks, I got caught with so many people that were like, "Are you crazy?" And nobody came up with Leonardo.
He's by far and away the best.
Nobody came up with him.
There's no.
One guy said Edward Norton, and I go, "Are you kidding me? Edward Norton's a good actor, but come on."
Nothing. No, he's not. And by the way, Tom Hanks is in my top 3.
Yeah. Edward Norton's not in my top 3.
Tom Hanks is a better actor than Sean Connery.
To me, Tom Hanks is the best. And I understand Leonardo, so I could see that. But him and Leonardo are the top 2 of our generation.
Where do you put Denzel then?
3.
I don't know if he's top 5. I don't think he's 3.
Yeah, but in A Soldier Story, that may be one of the best portrayals he ever did.
No, The Book of Eli.
The Book of Eli was very good, but A Soldier Story was an amazing, amazing movie. Glory was an amazing movie that he was in.
Glory was fantastic.
My story of Glory is we were paid extras in that movie because it was filmed in Hilton Head. And we're in the big, massive scene where all the Union Army and the Confederate Army are marching on the beach scene towards the end of the movie when the 54th Massachusetts finally gets to see action. And all those thousands of troops are down there. I'm down there in that mass marching around in wool uniforms. And it's supposed to be wintertime. It wasn't. It was the middle of July in South Georgia and South Carolina. It was ridiculous.
So where do you put De Niro then? On your list?
See, De Niro, because he plays the same guy over and over, he's good at what he
and I'm going to
does.
throw another name.
He's good at what he does, but he's not well-rounded. You know what I mean?
I'm going to throw another name out at you. And another one just came to mind. Daniel Day-Lewis. He doesn't have the.
All he does is win Academy Awards. That's all he does.
That's right. That's
all he does.
His portrayal of Lincoln is just incredible. And then
it's inaccurate, but it's incredible.
One,
it's an incredible portrayal. It's inaccurate, but you know.
Anthony Hopkins is up there for me too.
Well,
see, but I don't think Dustin. I think Dustin Hoffman kind of plays the same guy. Harrison Ford plays the same
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Al Pacino is
same guy.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Again,
and I mean, on the female side of this, it's not even on the female side of this. It's not even close. It's Meryl Streep. It's not even close. Do I have you? Did we lose you?
No, I'm thinking.
I mean, it's not. To me, it's not even close. There's not a female equivalent.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
She's a throwback to the Katharine Hepburns and the Faye Dunaway.
Julia Roberts is in there.
See, I'm biased. She aggravated me when she was 13 and I was 17, and I hold a grudge against her.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
She tried to.
Charlize.
No.
What's her name? Charlize.
Although Charlize Theron, the way she played Eileen Wuornos was pretty good.
Oh, okay, incredible.
She was pretty
Yeah, I mean, Meryl Streep's way up there. I just don't like her. I don't like any of her movies.
Well, that's like I don't like Jodie Foster, but she's way up there.
Yeah, well, Jodie Foster hasn't done anything for a while.
Right,
but Scarlett Johansson is now a Marvel character, and she'll be pigeonholed there forever.
So it's just, and the golden ages of with all these Marvel movies and everything, and these big blockbuster movies.
I hate them all.
I do. Somebody's like, "Oh, you're going to see this?" No. But I wasn't a comic book guy. I wasn't a comic book guy though. When I read comic books when I was a kid, I didn't read the comic books like DC Comics or Marvel Comics. I was more the Richie Rich and Archie guy.
I didn't read comic books.
I read comic books, but not comic books like that are and I don't know if they're collectible or not. Some of these comic books, but I read the humorous comic books. Jughead, Moose, Archie, those guys.
Sure. I just
Emma Thompson's pretty good. Emma Thompson's pretty good.
I'm just not sold on I don't know. I mean, I get it. Meryl Streep, sheer volume, it's there. So yeah, I guess. I mean, none of those actresses are anywhere close to Leo.
Well, I hadn't thought about Leo because I call him Leo DiCaprio. You know, that's what I call him.
It's fantastic.
Well, he was. My favorite movie he was in was What's Eating Gilbert Grape with him and Johnny Depp. It's an amazing movie.
Sure.
It's a really, really amazing. If you've not seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape, please, by all means, watch that movie.
It's hard to find.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's not out there very often.
And then I like sometimes when they put people who are actual, like in Goodfellas. The guy who plays the U.S. attorney in Goodfellas that tells Henry Hill and Karen goes, "What if I don't want to go?" He goes, "To be honest with you, we don't really care about you, Karen. If you want to come with Henry to stay safe, that's fine. But we need Henry. We could care less about you." That guy was actually the U.S. attorney who prosecuted that case. He wasn't an actor. He was actually the U.S. attorney that prosecuted the Henry Hill case. In the movie Beverly Hills Cop, the lieutenant that comes in and screams at Eddie Murphy in the Detroit cop locker room is an actual lieutenant in the Detroit Police Department. I like those kind of portrayals, too, when they take people who are that's actually what they do. And so they're not acting. They're just being themselves.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, you have to have a little bit of that. It adds a little grit to it. Sure, I agree with that.
And another movie that I stop and watch every time is Full Metal Jacket.
It depends on where we're at. That's another 3-part movie.
It is a 3-part movie. But Vincent D'Onofrio in that movie playing Private Pyle is amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
He's amazing in that movie. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this is my own.
This is mine. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's great in that movie.
And you don't even know that's him now that you know, he's done so many other things.
He was the cockroach in Men in Black, too.
Correct. Yeah. but Matthew Modine is the star of that. And then, of course, his best movie is Vision Quest. And it's not
without a doubt. It ain't even close.
That's another movie I'm all in on. Vision Quest is, it's one of you're right. If it's on, I'm watching it. And again, that's a movie that when I was in high school, it was on like all the time on like HBO. And you'd watch it every single time. It's just so fantastic.
You know what movie I came across the other day on Starz Network, and I hadn't seen it since probably the late 80s when it was a huge movie. But it wasn't a huge movie in the theaters. It became a huge movie because of HBO. And I hadn't seen it in so long. Tom Berenger was in it and everything. I sat and watched Eddie and the Cruisers.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've watched that whole thing in a long time.
And it bombed at the box office, but then it caught fire on HBO. And John Brown and the Beaver Brown Band, with Dark Side's Coming Down, Nothing Is Real, just a good movie that wasn't very well accepted in the movie theaters. But I watched it the other day for the first time in a long time. It's a horribly acted movie. I know why it bombed at the box office. It was a terribly acted movie. And Tom Berenger was the best actor in it, and I don't care for Tom Berenger at all. I just don't.
He has it. Yeah. Yeah, I respect that.
And when you talk about top 5 movies, though, I would say that this movie, for me, is probably my 1, 2, or 3. And I know you're going to kill me for this. We got about a minute to go. I absolutely one of my go-to movies, if I'm in the dumps and I want to get up, brighten my life or something, you can't do better than the Blues Brothers. You just can't.
Well, you can, but it's such a good movie.
What is that? That's Illinois Nazis. They're protesting. Nazis? We hate Nazis. What'd you trade the caddy for? What'd you trade the caddy for? A microphone? Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that.
No, the best part of the movie is Orange Whip.
Yeah.
Free Orange Whip.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. Fantastic.
But the people in that movie are great, too. The musicians and all in that movie are great, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were real musicians.
They were. The entire band was the actual real musicians. Hey, Galen, speaking of real, we got a real problem with a shortage of blood, so tell people where the Bloodmobile is so they can help.
Yeah, today we're going to be at Carrington Lane Apartments, so come by and see us there. But as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Give the gift of life, donate blood, 1 donation, 3 lives, lifesouth.org.
Galen, from Life South. Talk to you tomorrow, pal.
All right, bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Scores of Honduran police officers on Monday surrounded the home of former President Juan Orlando Hernandez. After the United States asked the government to arrest and extradite him, the complaint alleges election fraud and drug trafficking. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked emergency powers Monday to stop the paralyzing protests by truckers and Canadian citizens demanding an end to the vaccine mandate. Trudeau outlined plans to tow away their rigs and strike at their bank accounts.
The blockades are harming our economy and endangering public safety. Critical supply chains have been disrupted. This is hurting workers who rely on these jobs to feed their families.
Jet Propulsion Laboratory experts say a derelict booster rocket, which will hit the moon's surface on March 4th, was built by Beijing and not by SpaceX. We are USA Radio News.
You need an accurate thermometer to check for fever, a potential sign of flu or COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever. Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Exergen Temporal Scanners are available at Walmart and other fine retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com. That's EXERGEN.com. Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
Hey team, it's a full house. We got to pick up the pace.
At Hank's restaurant, the line goes around the block.
Is this for 12? Okay, I need the truffle oil drizzle.
What he needs is another line cook.
Oh man, are the quail breasts still in the sous vide? Dave, can you keep an eye on that, please?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time for Farming Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. At the recent Ag Outlook Conference held in Georgia, the ag economists talked about what's happening right now in the economy. They said that the economic growth is on a slowdown. Inflation is being felt across the economy. Supply chain disruptions are affecting imports and the increased cost of inputs. And also the interest rates are low right now, but Federal Reserve has considered an increase. Also, there is less support this year, they predicted, coming in from the government in 2022. Amanda Smith, one of the economists, said as far as peanuts are concerned, the quality of the 2021 crop looks good. Food use is strong, but it's softened somewhat. Exports of peanuts is expected to be down because of China slowing down their buying. Indian stocks are ample, so no rush to buy. Acres are likely to be up, and season average prices around $450 to $500 a ton. On inputs for peanuts and cotton, land use, land values, and land rents, cash rents are up almost $10 an acre over last year. Interest rates will go up. Diesel and fuels are up, expected to decline in mid-year. Fertilizer is up. Seed prices slightly increase. Ag chemicals will go up 5 to 6%, and ag labor will be up if you can find it.
I'm a botanist, I'm a scientist, and an activist. I'm a mechanic, I'm a caretaker, a hay raker, I'm a miller, a tiller, and a grain bin filler. I'm a farmer. But the most important handle I ever had is Dad.
You're a parent first, farmer second. Do all you can to make your farm safe for children. Visit cultivatesafety.org for help protecting the most important thing you will ever raise.
I'm Tyron Spearman reporting for Southeast AgNet.
The problems that can plague your fig tree crop.
We'll have a pleasant day with sunshine and some clouds and a high of 72 to 74, then becoming mostly cloudy tonight, low 58 to 65. Partly sunny and breezy Wednesday, high tomorrow 78 to 80, then breezy and very warm Thursday with a mix of clouds and sunshine and a high of 82 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com. This is a best of In the Garden. Carol Ann Baldwin is not in studio with us today. We will not be taking your calls, but enjoy this best of In the Garden with Carol Ann Baldwin. That's right, it's In the Garden with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. She's taking all your calls, 622-9622, 352-622-9622.